is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Arizona.
The long and winding road is coming to an end. 8 straight away from Arizona for the Coyotes, with trips north, east, across borders, and home again. 8 straight away from Gila River Arena. Thousands of miles in the air and many more on the bus. Multiple trips through customs, through blizzards, through another arena's doors. The final stop happens tonight in the all-star city of Columbus, and a chance for a 500 trip before the return home. Fox Sports Arizona welcomes you to Coyotes Hockey, presented by Nissan tonight from Nationwide Arena in Columbus. It's the final game of the Coyotes' 8 straight on the road as they meet up with the Blue Jackets, with thoughts inside the room of heading home winners of 3 of their last 4 games. Welcome in, everybody. With Tyson Nash, I'm Matt McConnell. It really has been an up-and-down road trip, kind of a tale of 2 teams, Tyson, but nothing new. It's something we've seen out of the Coyotes for the last couple of months.
Yeah, you go back to December 23rd, I believe, and you look at the Coyotes and what they've done in wins. They have won big, scoring a lot of goals. 26 goals scored in the 7 wins that they have, but in the losses, they've allowed 46. Not good enough. Defense has not been good enough. And then the special teams. You look at it, the Coyotes have almost been perfect on the penalty kill and on the power play, scoring at a 50% rate in the 7 wins that they've had. I think Dave Tippett would be happy if they found somewhere in the middle, though.
A lot of nights we talk about the secondary scoring, Tyson, and we've seen it coming through over the last few games.
Yeah, and Keith Yandle is one of those guys they expect to score, and he has 34 points, leads this Coyotes team, and Sam Gagner as well. Started out slow, but he has found his game once again. 4 points in his last 3 games, starting to heat up. But Martin Erat is a guy that we've counted on that the Coyotes needed more of. Their bottom 6, they have not got enough of. That's why the Coyotes are where they are in the standings. Erat, Korpikoski, they have caught fire as of late. Korpikoski's another one of those guys. 17 points on the year, 4 points in his last 3 games as well.
Well, they're going to have to be good offensively tonight against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and defensively as well, because Columbus has 2 of the budding superstars in the National Hockey League that can get it done offensively.
Yeah, Foligno is one of those guys. He scores in the dirty areas. He's a guy that really does it all for Columbus. He's got 18 goals on the season. And then Ryan Johansson, his centerman. This is the guy that brings the magic touch. He's got the skill. He's got 19 goals on the season. Both these guys have 45 points. The goals that they've scored is combined for 39.9% of Columbus's total offense. That's the best, one of the best dynamic duos in the entire NHL. Second, in fact, one of the most underrated duos, Matt.
We mentioned secondary scoring, and on Sunday in Montreal, Lauri Korpikoski provided it with 2 goals. He'll visit with Todd Walsh when we return to Nationwide Arena.
So the road trip comes to an end here tonight in Columbus. Coyotes and the Blue Jackets. Todd Walsh on the bench with Lauri Korpikoski. And Lauri, how welcome, not just personally for you, is it for the whole team to start to see secondary scoring?
Well, yeah, it's important. Obviously, we're missing some guys with Marty being out and Bot. So, you know, I think everybody got to step up, and there's some more ice time to be handed the other guys too.
If you look back to the game in early January against these guys, the forecheck was so critical. What should we see from that here tonight?
Well, I think the same we see against Montreal. I think we were really aggressive on the forecheck, and you know, that really set the tone for us. So hopefully we can do the same today.
It's been a long trip. Real quickly, simple hockey is the key tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's always on the road, kind of the starting point, and we just hope to finish up strong here in the last game.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Lauri Korpikoski, as I mentioned, that last game in early January, the Coyotes put 6 goals on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Secondary scoring again. He's been absent at times this year, but we've seen a lot of it lately. We'll see if we'll see more of it tonight. Matt and Tyson have the call coming up in a minute.
Coyotes Hockey on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Papa John's. Get 50% off at Papa John's the day after a Coyotes win. Promo code Coyotes at papajohns.com. By Sanderson Ford. The best play is at Sanderson Ford. And by Gigablast Internet from Cox. Get ready for the gig life. Welcome back. Columbus, Ohio tonight as the Coyotes wrap up their long road trip against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And the goalies tonight, the starters, presented by Behind the Mask Hockey Shops.
Yeah, you look at the Forsberg's numbers, his first start since November 8th. The Coyotes are going to want to get on him early and often. And in that game, he got shelled. Mike Smith got shelled last start against the Ottawa Senators. So he's looking for a big game out of himself. Still trying, Matt, to find his game.
Nationwide Arena, the site of the wrap-up of this 8-game trip. Really a 3-gamer and a 5-gamer as you take a look at the referees and the linesmen here in this one. Coyotes coming off the 3-2 win Sunday in Montreal. Pair of goals from Lauri Korpikoski. Louis Domingue, his first NHL win in his first NHL start, and we're underway, and we'll see what unfolds here tonight. You win here tonight, Tyson, and you wrap up a pretty good road trip as Ekman Larsson will try to send one towards the net. And the Blue Jackets will look to get this one out.
Well, the Coyotes, plain and simple, they want to play the exact way they did the other night against Montreal, minus the start to that hockey game. They dug themselves a 2-0 deficit, but they battled back, climbed that mountain.
Yeah, Louis Domingue giving up a couple of goals early, and then he shut the door. Here's a turnover chance in front, and now Kyle Chipchura will play it to the front, and unable to finish it off that time was Brandon McMillan. As the puck will be moved along, Keith Yandle pinching in from the point, and that's cleared out of there by Cam Atkinson. Back the other way for Foligno as he'll chase it down into the corner. He's ridden off the puck. A stiff check that time by Michael Stone, and a shot out high is deflected just wide.
Well, this is the line you have to defend against. This is Columbus's top line with Foligno and Johansson. You shut them down here tonight, you give yourself a real good chance to win.
Brandon McMillan with all sorts of speed as he drops it off, and now to the line for Andrew Campbell. He was terrific on Sunday afternoon in Montreal. Really a clear-out style of game developing with Andrew Campbell.
Yep. Beast mode. Let's put it that way.
Good Super Bowl reference there as puck will be played out of the corner, and Korpikoski will lead for Erat. Well, the Coyotes try to work it free. Into the corner it goes, and now behind the net with it. Moving it along that time is Lauri Korpikoski for Martin Erat. Around the boards, trying to get it out for Columbus that time with Scott Hartnell. He fails to do so, and now the Blue Jackets will get it back to center ice. Over the line it goes. Opportunity trying to go to the backhand that time. Was Columbus's Artem Anisimov.
Oh, perfectly played there by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Good stick up in his face. No time and space for Anisimov.
Lucas Lesio will bring it along as he gets it into the corner. Played in behind the net. And now the Blue Jackets will watch this one go down the length. Anisimov unable to control, and we get a whistle on the icing. Keys to the game, Tyson, they're brought to you by Sanderson Ford.
Chip and chase, a big part of the game here tonight. A simple game. The Coyotes have played 3 games in their last 4 nights. You want to keep it simple. Get that forecheck rolling and a shooting range. Everything at the net. A turnover because of the forechecking pressure, because of the chip and chase. Everything goes to the net. It has to be automatic. And then discipline. That is a no-brainer here. The Coyotes penalty kill has struggled all year long. But Columbus with the 5th best power play in the entire National Hockey League. Be smart.
In behind the net, it's Keith Yandle to set it up, and he'll play it on left wing for Lucas Lesio. Lesio will try to chip this one along, denied by Wisniewski, and fired right back in by Yandle. So the Coyotes go for a quick change here.
Well, you watch the Coyotes every time they're edging up to that blue line, the offensive blue line, that puck is going in deep behind Columbus's defense, and they're going to work. Get that forecheck established early.
Big hit that time, Zbynek McCulloch. Jared Boll trying to get in his kitchen.
You know what Jared Boll is all about. Not an offensive guy, 2 points on the season, but he will fight anyone and he will hit anyone. Have your head on a swivel.
Reeder will get one deep for the Coyotes, something they did very well in Montreal on Sunday afternoon in that 3-2 win. Played all the way back to center ice. And now sending it right back in, Jack Johnson. Smith will fire it off the glass. Gets by Johnson and all the way back to center ice. 3.5 gone in the opening period tonight in Columbus. Coyotes will head home immediately following tonight's game as Chipchura turns the other way for Brandon McMillan with a shot. And a glove save by goaltender Anton Forsberg.
Well, you watch this play here. They do a good job gaining the zone, but watch McMillan gets this puck from Chipchura to Coyotes. Chipchura goes hard to the net, as well as Big Dave Moss. That is the game plan you're going to see here tonight. It's automatic, pucks and people to the front of the net. That's how the Coyotes have been generating a lot of their offense. The other night against Montreal, they got a couple greasy road goals. They're hoping to get a little magic here again tonight.
We've seen a lot of it on this road trip, as this one is sent in. Forsberg to save on a bid from Keith Yandle.
Do not overhandle the puck.
Moss has it. Quick Connor looking for Brandon McMillan. They'll chase it down into the corner. David Savard hard against McMillan there, and it's a plate away. Ryan Murray can't get it out. Coyotes will flip it right back in. And Savard will play back to center ice. Corey Trop got cut off that time by Yandle. Now the Coyotes will reset inside of their own zone with number 3.
I love the tight gaps.
Kopitarski in over the line. Played into the corner. If you're at the end of a long road trip, Tyson, you want to leave it all out. You want to go home. You want to have about a 4-hour flight back as we get a whistle here, and you want to empty the tank and get the 2 points.
Empty the tank is right. As you look at Dave Tippett, real happy with the game the other night against Montreal. Loved the battle and the compete in that game and how his team came back from being down 2 goals. And as you look at Todd Richards, his 6th season as a head coach, his numbers. Columbus has had a real rough year, but no one has more man games missed than the Columbus Blue Jackets. And not anyone even close in the league, and they're big stars as well.
Rough and frustrating, I would imagine, for Todd Richards with 306 man games lost. Backhand by Crombeen, steered aside by Forsberg.
The next closest team, I believe, was at 258. So that tells you, and they weren't just missing their 4th line pluggers. They were missing some of their big boys. And
we'll show you that list here momentarily as the puck will be played to the right side, and Crombeen will skate it out. Nice pass on left wing, Lucas Lessio. Lessio with a little pull-up move there as he wisely gets it into the corner. Coyotes get it deep. And now Ekman-Larsson, sharp angle, why not? Scored from that position the other day in Montreal. And it's played out of there and all the way back.
That's the automatic play we're talking about. Everything. You don't make one pass right away. It is the mindset. Shoot that puck. F1, F2, they charge down on the goaltender.
Vermette to the front. Reeder. He's stopped by Forsberg. What a setup there. Antoine Vermette to Reeder. And now Ekman-Larsson will play it in behind the net, looking for Shane Doan. Coyotes trying to sweep the 2-game season series against Columbus. They won big out in Glendale right after the first of the year by the score of 6-3, as this one will be sent all the way back in.
Well, we're selling the story here that the Coyotes should be tired. They shouldn't have much in the tank because of the long road trip, but they are coming with the energy here tonight. They are pushing the pace in this game.
Chipchura, Moss, and McMillan out there right now for head coach Dave Tippett. Played behind the net. And it's Chipchura into the corner. Kyle Chipchura looking to create. Works into the front, McMillan. And now Chipchura again, working against Foligno. We're just outworking Columbus right now. McMillan. And he sent one right to the front. Chance there, and it's going to be finally cleared out by Columbus. Back to center ice, but a good stick by Yandle. Forces it back to the Columbus blue line.
Columbus just doesn't have a sniff right now. And you know, Richards, the coach of Columbus, he's got to make some adjustments here. Got to adjust for what the Coyotes are doing. Right now, they're stretching that winger, and they're going to do a little chip and chase themselves.
Yandle across. Coyotes will get it deep. Stone sends it in. Now he goes to the bench. Chance for Connor Murphy. And Murphy will try to send it to the front. Murphy has spent a lot of time in nearby Dublin, Ohio. He's not an Ohio native. He was born in Boston, but really learned the game here as it's played into the corner, and Andrew Campbell will send it in behind the net.
Never has he played a game in this building. He was excited, frothing at the mouth. He didn't play the last time the Coyotes played here. He was a healthy scratch last season in that one.
Now Gagne trying to get around the defender. Johnson is shot. Taking that time goes wide. And Forsberg will cover up. Our Schwartz laser eye center view from the ice. Toby Reeder's had a lot of views so far this season. Let's flash back to Sunday, and what a day for Louis Domingue, making his NHL debut in his hometown. Made 18 saves, just the 6th Quebec-born goaltender in 50 years to get his first win by defeating the Canadiens in Montreal. And a big congratulations to Louis Domingue, who's paid his dues. And his mom and dad, Charles and Bridget, in the stands. His mom, Bridget, praying at one point, I believe. And
well, that was good TV, that's for sure. I can't imagine, just as a player, your parents, how nervous they get. Never mind a goaltender. The last line of defense, what a game and what a show he put on for his family. They were in tears after that one.
You and I were walking out of the press box at Bell Center, and we looked down, and they had basically 2 rows.
I was almost in tears.
Members. Yeah, I saw you. You're bubbling up. A chance in front. They score! And it's put home, and I believe is that Brandon Shinnimin?
No, it's
or Lesio.
Lesio. Picking up the garbage. Johnny on the spot, I believe.
Well, Lesio has it. And the Coyotes have taken a 1-0 lead. There's a scramble in front, but Lesio will get the goal.
Well, this is what we're talking about. Good work by Lesio behind the net. Shinnimin comes in there and helps out too. Crombie, where does he put the puck? He just throws it at the net. And there's Lesio, who's going to go right to the front of the net and bangs it home. I think Shinnimin with the first whack, and then Lesio just finishes it off, ends up putting it past Forsberg, his 2nd of the season. And this game plan is working to a T right now. Great job by the coaching staff putting this one, together. Got to spit the marbles out here.
Lucas Lesio getting his 2nd. He had his first National Hockey League goal a few weeks back at the beginning of this road trip, if you will, in Chicago. And we imagine Brendan Shinnimin will get an assist, and if that's the case, that'll be his first National Hockey League point. Played right back, and Reed are going to try to move it along.
Arizona told us his first goal of the season.
The Coyotes off to a great start here tonight in Columbus.
Number 44, BJ Crombie, and to number 38, Lucas Lesio.
Crombie.
8 minutes. Irish goal scored by 39 Shinnimin from 44 Crombie.
Well, they're giving it to Shinnimin right now, but we think it was Lesio.
Oh, yeah, it's Lesio's goal, no question. You don't run right through the line on the bench if you don't score the goal. Usually you're in the back of the line if you don't.
Played back and over the line, and with it now is Chipchura, knocked away by Forsberg. Big hit along the boards that time in a collision with Dubinsky, and this one goes deflecting off the netting. Oh. Now we're going to get a fight here. It's going to be Chipchura and Brandon Dubinsky.
Oh, Chipchura catches Dubinsky right on the button there. Chipchura wants to throw. Dubinsky, he can scrap.
They go right in front of the Columbus net.
Both guys kind of tied up a little bit. Oh, they connect there. Ouch. Both of them. It's an old-fashioned punch-in-the-face contest here. And Dubinsky, he's a leader. He's trying to fire his team up. They have come out so flat here.
They got nothing right.
It has been all Coyotes. And here's a look at it. Here's how it starts. Dubinsky's definitely the one that kind of gives Chipchura the nudge, calling him on, and you know Chipchura is going to answer. He pops him right there a couple times, few uppercuts. But let's go back to the goal. Little chip here. Crombie just throws it in. You look at McMillan, he gets to that puck. And then the work ensues below the goal line. The Coyotes hounding. Again, that puck right on net. Shinnimin with the first whack, and I believe Lesio with the second one. They're talking on the bench. Pumped up. Get the Coyotes on the board early. Nothing better. You can find a little offense early in that game. Adds a little confidence.
And we were just told that Lucas Lesio does get the goal. They've changed it already. And now the Blue Jackets will get it back through center ice. Fighting majors to Dubinsky and Chipchura. Erad will chip it back in. So Lesio from Crombie and Shinnimin. First point for Brandon Shinnimin. Chance out high. Stone with a shot and a save that time by Forsberg. Goal coming at the 8-minute mark. Lesio, his second of the season.
And you love it as a player when everyone's on the same page. When you know whoever gets that puck in the offensive zone, that puck's going to end up on net. So you just go there. You want to score, you get to the front. And Dave Tippett rewarding this line once again. Lesio and Shinnimin with another opportunity right back out on the ice. With Crombeen, this is a line that I think combined between Lesio and Shinnimin, they didn't play 10 minutes the other night in Montreal, but they're getting rewarded again. This is a good example of players earning ice time, dictating how much they're going to play in a game.
Early on, the shots 11-2 in favor of the Coyotes. In fact, the Coyotes have had the game's last 11 shots. As Lesio will bring it back and over the line. Crombeen with a shot, and that's deflected away by Forsberg and out of play. We'll step out. The Coyotes with a 1-0 lead.
Todd Walsh back here at Nationwide Arena. Guys, you're talking about Connor Murphy and the homecoming for him here today. A little bit more on that. His mother making the drive from Philadelphia to see him. Some friends are in the stands. But Tyson, you'll appreciate this as the hockey player amongst us. He talked about some of the rare times he had a chance to come and skate here. And some of the youth teams, once a year they play. Maybe skate with some of the extra skaters when his dad was an assistant coach here. What's the one thing he remembers most? The ice, just how good it was.
Yeah, but you know what, Walsh? The interesting thing, he's never played a game here in his entire life. Lots of practices, as you mentioned. Got a chance to play when all the healthy scratches were getting ready to play. He was out there as a young kid, 4th grade to high school.
Incredible.
Yeah, so fun, and he gets a chance here tonight. His first ever game. He was frothing at the mouth. Last night yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say before I go way off into the night here, I just think it's so cool, guys. He just appreciates so much these experiences that he's having along the way. Playing in front of his dad in Philadelphia. Moments like this, his National Hockey League debut, his first goal. I mean, he's tasted so much so early in his career, but he's got such a great sense about it that it's fun to watch. He actually cherishes these moments and he appreciates them as they go. And I don't think a lot of people always take time to do that. And Connor is certainly doing that, Matt.
Yeah, no question about it. And he was discovered here early, too, because he signed a letter of intent to play at Miami. He's going to go play for Rico Blasi right down the road in Oxford. Ended up going to the Ontario Hockey League, and the rest is history. But what a great local story here, Connor Murphy.
The best part about it is no one was in town last night. Went out for dinner with one of the guys on the Coyotes. Even his brother blew him off. Tyler Murphy, he had a beer league game last night. Old-timers game last night.
It's all about the beer league game.
23-year-old brother blew him off, but they're here, him and Mom, at the game here tonight.
Good board battle here as it's played back out high, and after at that time was Michael Stone as it goes over the glass and out of play. Hey, don't forget, just a reminder, when the Coyotes win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every Coyotes win, celebrate with 50% off your online order at papajohns.com by typing in promo code Coyotes. Offer only available online on regular menu prices. A couple of Coyotes fans there, and as this road trip has winded its way around North America, Tyson, we've actually been able to give away some of those 50% off pizzas, as this one is right to Mike Smith.
Just making sure Mike Smith's awake in net there for the Coyotes. He has not faced a lot of rubber. That was just the 3rd shot of the game. Easy save, swallows that one up. Good face-off win. It's another example of the easiest way to create offense. Dave Tippett is once again using this line. Shinnimin out there.
Face off to the left of goaltender Mike Smith. Shinnimin is chased, and so now it'll be Brandon McMillan in against Mark Letestu. And McMillan will chip this one away, and he goes right back after it to get it through center and into the Columbus zone. Gordon Leopold trying to wrap it around. Columbus trying to get it out. They can't. And now Artem Anisimov. And he'll flip one into the corner. McCulloch after it. Giveaway there. And it pops in front. Letestu. And he shot one wide. Played to the line for Leopold. And now Wisniewski looking for a deflection in front.
Good job there by OEL. Good stick.
Goes in behind the net. Letestu again. Shinneman after it. And out of the line Wisniewski, but they say it came out, so offside Columbus.
Good job defending in front of Mike Smith. Shinneman down low as the centerman helping out. Good stick there by Oliver Ekman-Larsson, not allowing Columbus to let that puck go. This is where the Coyotes really excelled the other night in Montreal. Really trying to help out their goaltender, trying to get him to his first ever win. How they played in front of him. Exceptional. That's how they have to play every night.
Sent in that time by Ryan Murray, but it's offside. Coming up on Fox Sports Live, Jim Harbaugh is only weeks into his new job, but is he about to sign one of America's top prospects? Our insider is here with what you need to know about National Signing Day. Plus, Kentucky looks to continue their perfect record. And we'll bring you highlights from a dozen games across the NBA and the NHL on Fox Sports Live. Coming up after our game here tonight in Columbus. Coyotes will get out of here right after the game, and they'll begin a 2-game homestand Thursday night. The Carolina Hurricanes will be in town. They're in Anaheim tonight.
And back on the road for 2 more.
Bounce is in front.
We haven't spent enough time together, Matt.
To the line, and a pad save that time by Smith. Corey Tropelson behind the net. Blue Jackets try to feed it back out high, taken away by Sam Gagner. Gagner over the line. Tries to send it back out high in front. Martin Erat with it. Now Erat puts it back in the corner for Gagner. Against Ryan Murray, they try to work it out high. Reeder is there, kind of forced the issue, and that allows the Coyotes to ship it right back in.
Well, the Coyotes are chipping those pucks in the offensive zone. They're chipping it with a purpose, though. The areas that they can get it back. But it's all about if you don't put the work in and forecheck hard, it's no good.
Into the corner for Cam Atkinson, wheeling in behind the net. Jack Johnson, right point. Sends it across, and a shot on by Tootin, and that's handled by Mike Smith.
Yeah, nice job boxing out in front. Keith Yandle and Stone allowing Mike Smith to see those point shots the whole way. You're not going to score from our goaltender at that distance. And that was the other key. You talked about Campbell, Matt, earlier in the game here tonight. The job he did, earning the praises of the coaching staff here in Arizona. It's all about defending. You want to make that a real hard place to be. You're going to stand there as the opposition. You're going to pay a price. You're going to get a whack. You're going to get a cross-check in the back. And I can tell you firsthand, that is not fun. You'll think twice about going there.
We'll keep an eye on him here tonight, as right off the faceoff, Smith had to be sharp. Andrew Campbell was terrific in Montreal and really providing that left side defensive grit that the Coyotes have been looking for a while. Taken away and out of the zone it goes. Scott Hartnell moves it along for Jack Johnson, trying to get around Ekman-Larsson that time. Great effort that time by Vermette to get it back to center, and Johnson now moving along as it's played right back in by Hartnell. He drops it. Johansson. And it's taken away by Doan. And Doan right back through center ice. Challenged that time by Ryan Johansson.
How about that? 45 points, the leader on this Columbus team. The back check, the effort. And then he finishes his check as well on Doan.
Connor Murphy ends up in behind the net. Taken away. Letestu trying to move it along, but the Coyotes will ship it back to center.
Johansson, an elite player in the NHL. Between him and Foligno, one of the most underrated duos in the NHL. As far as goals go, they're just behind Pavelski and Couture for the San Jose Sharks.
Thrown back out high, looking to keep that time. Yandle racing after the puck. Now Yandle, sharp angle, and a stop that time by Forsberg. Wisniewski will come away with it. And the Coyotes will settle it down. At center, B.J. Crombie, high off the glass. Gets one deep where Gagner will go after it.
Yeah, look where he puts that puck. Gagner right in it, all over it.
Korpikoski with those 2 goals in Montreal providing pressure, but the Blue Jackets bring it out. Skilly in. Out it to the front, and this one's covered up by Mike Smith. One goal in the game. Lucas Lesio, his second. Coyotes lead it 1-0. Welcome back, 1-0 Coyotes on a goal by Lucas Lesio at the 8-minute mark of the opening period. Coyotes off to a great start here tonight in Columbus.
Dave Tippett has to be happy with that, but knows it's just good first 15 minutes. Got to finish this period off the right way. That's been one of the Coyotes' problems this year, is consistency in doing it for a full 60. Columbus has started to come on in the last 5 minutes.
One thing the Coyotes are learning to do is playing without key cogs in their lineup. Having to do it again here tonight, as this one will be moved along.
No Martin Hanzal. Win here tonight gets him back to 500 for the road trip. Very respectable.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson dumps one into the corner. After it is Brandon McMillan. Moved along, Ekman-Larsson trying to keep it. It's going to go down the length of the ice. And we'll get an icing call here. Well, you mentioned Martin Hanzal. The Coyotes also going without Joe Vitale. We all know about Mikkel Boedker as well. He's back in the Valley. But Martin Hanzal, upper body day-to-day, as is Joe Vitale. Marty's missed a couple of games. Joe Vitale has now missed 4 straight.
Yeah, 2 of their workhorses. Oh, nice try there. Korpikoski right in front. Good feed by Erod.
At the line, Stone, his shot off netting, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off.
Well, the Coors Light Thursday night party pack returns on February 5th when the Coyotes host the Hurricanes. Get 2 lower bowl tickets and 2 Coors Lights for just $98. $98. Purchase yours now at 480-563-PUCK or visit ArizonaCoyotes.com. What a deal that is. Couple brewskis, couple lower bowl tickets.
Well, I mentioned the Hurricanes tonight in Anaheim, and they'll come across to play the Coyotes. Is this one sent on? Rebound. Oh, just sent wide by Korpikoski.
Oh, there's the shooting range. We talked about one of the keys to the game. Fire the biscuit. Everything on net.
Taken away by Korpikoski, but the Coyotes couldn't keep the zone. Yandel back to fire one up on left wing for Gagne, who will get it right back in. Coyotes with all sorts of jump. They were not very effective on Saturday in Ottawa. They followed it up with a tremendous performance in Montreal on Sunday afternoon. We're seeing a lot more of it here. Maybe simplifying their game a little bit. Getting a lot of pucks to the net. Connor Murphy with it. And now Andrew Campbell up on left wing, intended that time for Reeder. Could get an icing call, and that's exactly what we have.
Well, we talked about it, shooting from everywhere. One of the keys to this hockey game. And the Coyotes, they get the puck. It's on net. There's the shot. Here it comes, and you watch the white jerseys. They go right to the front. And it leads to a second opportunity. They hit the net there. Good chance for a goal, and that's the guy you want shooting that puck right now. Korpikoski, 4 points in his last 3 games on Fragel.
Played back by Forsberg to leave it there. And the Jackets with Wisniewski will get it back through center ice. Letestu trying to advance it. Got it in over the line, but offside is Columbus.
Columbus's forwards, they get that puck in the neutral zone, and there's 2 defenders right in their face. There's no chance to make a play. Frustration trying to settle in here with Columbus. It has to be. They want to work. They want to go. But they're getting smothered right now in that neutral zone.
And again, we mentioned 306 man games lost to Columbus. Guys like Nathan Horton and Boone Jenner, who was terrific in the playoffs last year against Pittsburgh.
Yeah. What a stud.
The kid they picked up from Chicago, Jeremy Morin.
Yeah, they had the same problems that the Coyotes have had.
And of course, Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah, can't forget him.
Another icing call here against the Coyotes. Well, during this Coyote Roadie, we hope you've caught all the games we've televised on Fox Sports Arizona. We've released a word of the game each telecast, and we'll do it again which could lead you to winning a Coyotes player's autographed jersey. You can stay tuned throughout the night for your chance to win by tweeting our upcoming Word of the Night. We'll have that Word of the Night for you a little bit later on.
Well, we talked about it. Same problem the Coyotes have had, and it's their secondary scoring. Their big guns have got it done. Hartnell, Foligno, Johansson, Wisniewski. But it's after that, it falls right off. Look at Dubinsky, only 3 goals this year. He's had a rough year, banged up, but still.
Good save there with a glove from Mike Smith.
If you don't get secondary scoring, you don't have a chance. You really don't. You need your big guns, but you also need your small fries to step up and contribute. That's what makes hockey such a great game, is because you need everybody pulling in the same direction, contributions up and down the lineup.
2:17 to go in the opening period. To the line, Savard. He'll send it across, and the Blue Jackets are setting it up here. Savard, wrist shot. That went off Skillian wide. Played out of the zone back to center. Quickly, Foligno over the line. Chipchura chasing it down. Gave it away, though. Foligno has it. Back to the line. And now Savard. And now Nick Foligno. Foligno holding on to it. Worked it right to the front and just grabbing it out of midair that time, Mike Smith.
Well, we talked about the dynamic duo. One of the most underrated in the entire NHL is Foligno and Johansson. You just wouldn't think that this would be the case. He's up there with Logan Couture, Pavelski, Ovechkin, Backstrom, Rick Nash, and Martin St. Louis. Pretty good company. I mean, that's incredible. 31.9% of the offense has come from Foligno and Johansson.
All-Stars a week ago, and what a show Columbus put on. Just a great All-Star weekend, as this one is played to the front, trying to jam it home as Hartnell, and a shot taken that time goes wide by Fedor-Tyutin. Now Fedor-Tyutin has it. Looks to take a shot. It deflected wide in front. Coyotes give it away. Here's a chance. Johansson drops it. Hartnell, and his shot rides up and out of play. So probably the worst sequence of the night right there from the Coyotes, as Columbus bringing some heat.
Yeah, they've been pretty much perfect in this first period, I have to say, but you got to keep those turnovers to a minimum. You don't want to give them any freebies. Make sure if Columbus is going to get on the board, they earn it.
Face off again to the right of goaltender Mike Smith. Shots more even now. At one point it was 11-2 Coyotes. It's now 14-11 in favor of Arizona.
There's that beast mode we talked about out of Campbell. He's got someone stapled to the boards.
Well, it might be, who is that? That's Corey Trop.
Now have a seat.
Played to the front. Anisimov shot wide. Campbell riding Trop off the puck again. Behind the net, Letestu. Campbell going to work. Boy, he was fun to watch the other day in Montreal.
Yeah, these are two big defensemen, Connor Murphy and Campbell.
Penalty coming up here. It's going to be a delayed call. Jordan Leopold with a puck. He'll work it out high. Letestu shoots. That goes wide. Delayed call. They pulled the goaltender for the extra attacker on the delayed call as Leopold tried to get it to the front. And we get a whistle, and it looks like maybe a cross-checking call. I think it happened out of the corner.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Connor Murphy.
Arizona penalty number 5, 2 minutes, cross-check.
Cross-check, you're right. The call, good eyes, partner. You want to be physical, but you want to be smart. There's a little push there on the back of the pants of Anisimov. So this power play, we talked about it. You got to be disciplined. Fifth best power play in the league, Matt, here. Going to work.
Dare I say it, and I will. But the Coyotes are a perfect 10 for 10 on the penalty kill over their last 3 games.
Say it.
I just did.
Give it to the people.
The netting, and we're going to face off inside the Coyote zone. Let's see. Are they going to bring it out? They're going to bring it out. Evidently deflected. As you look at the numbers, since January the 15th, it's really been a resurgent penalty kill, not only for the Coyotes, but also for the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, the Coyotes, they've struggled. We all know that on their penalty kill. Power play, not so much, but again, it's one of those things you just want to balance it. Balance your special teams, balance how you play overall. And the losses, I mean, just way too many goals allowed, and in the wins, just burying them.
Korpikoski's out there along with Zbynek McCulloch, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and Kyle Chipchura. And Chipchura comes away with it, and he sends down the length of the ice. 8 seconds to go in the period, so the Blue Jackets are going to have to hurry. Back to center for Wisniewski, but he's going to run out of time as he brings it right to the line. There will be 1:25 of carryover time left of the penalty to Connor Murphy. Our CenturyLink link to what's next. Toddle, a visit with Brendan Shinnimin, who recorded his first National Hockey League point on the Lesio goal. And we'll get to know Louis Domingue, the hero from the other afternoon in Montreal, in another installment of Nash or Knows. You said near perfect. I'd have to say you're right, Tyson. A very good opening road period for the Coyotes here tonight in Columbus.
We talked about our keys to the game: chip and chase, create that forecheck, create turnovers, and when you get that puck, put it on net. That's how Lesio got his second goal of the season this year. It works. The Jackets had nothing. I expect them to come out with a real big push here. Todd Richards, their coach, cannot be happy.
Shots favoring the Coyotes 14-10 through the opening 20. And at the end of one tonight, Lucas Lesio, his second. And the Coyotes with a 1-0 lead. Stick around, Todd Walsh and Brendan Shinnimin when we return. First intermission of Coyotes hockey was presented by Jack in the Box. Try the new buttery Jack Burgers at Jack in the Box with melted garlic herb butter.
Tunnels back here at Nationwide Arena before the second period. Let's get to Jim Playfair, Associate Coach. Jim, it looked like to us you accomplished a lot of the things that you set out to accomplish in that first period. Are we right on that?
Yeah, I think you are. I think the first 12 minutes we did a lot of good things. We were clean. Our defense had good gaps. We got pucks up behind their defense, got them to the net. And the last 6 minutes we weren't as tight and as clean. And I think they pushed us back a little bit for the last 6 minutes. But tale of two periods, really.
Let's talk about one guy in particular, Andrew Campbell. What have we seen of him in the last few games on your end on that blue line?
Well, he's certainly stabilized our penalty kill. He's a big body that does a real good job around the front of the net. He's hard to play against. He's got a big range on him, and he's got a good stick. So I think what he's done for us, he's allowed us to have a little bit more of a consistent penalty kill group. Him and Hollick play together, and he's been a real good surprise for us.
Good luck.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Jim Playfair. Matt, speaking of the PK, let's send it back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Todd. And yeah, how about Oliver Ekman-Larsson as we take a look at our first period highlights brought to you by Jack in the Box.
Just simple. This guy, ice going through his veins. He does everything so well. Makes some guys come to him, and then he puts it right past them. Good stick, good first pass out of the zone. See how he brings that forward all the way up to him, creates an open passing lane, and puts it right on the money.
Just under 8 minutes of ice time for Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 12 shifts. That's tied for the lead.
Well on his way to 28 minutes on the evening, and he played here not too long ago in the All-Star game. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, a little smelling salts to make sure he's ready to roll on this long road trip.
In fact, he was here, then did the 5-gamer. He's back, and then he finally gets to go home.
Yeah, he's put on a few more miles than the rest of us.
So we are underway. Don't forget there's still carryover time on the Murphy penalty. 1:15 left on the Blue Jackets power play as they trail this game 1-0. Campbell took a hit that time from Hartnell. Coyotes will look to get it out. They clear it back to center.
Well, Jimmy Playfair just talked about Campbell and what he's brought. Big surprise here on their back end. That physical presence on this penalty kill.
And now Ryan Johansson will set it up on the left wing boards. Comes back out high, Wisniewski. And across now for Johnson. Now Wisniewski with a blast. He scores. And he's tied it at 1. A power play goal for the Blue Jackets.
There's that power play we talked about. There's that stinking cannon.
Yeah.
But here it is. Little bump pass up to Wisniewski, over and then back to him. Right-handed shot. He lets it go. And Mike Smith, no chance on the play. You look at the forward in front, McCulloch as well. That's Atkinson in front and McCulloch. If you're going to stand in front, though, for McCulloch, you got to block the shot or you got to get Atkinson out of the way. Mike Smith screamed the whole way through.
So Wisniewski gets his 6th that comes to the 42nd mark of the second period. Now the Coyotes and Blue Jackets are tied at 1.
And that's frustrating. It has to be for a goaltender. not being able to see that puck. Atkinson just allowed to stand there all day long. Right in the eyeballs of Mike Smith.
Gotta let him see the puck.
See the puck or get out in front of Atkinson and block that shot.
Michael Stone will play it along, gets it back through center. Moss is going to leave it, and Chipchura with it. But it's poked away that time, and the Blue Jackets will clear it before the Coyotes try to regroup in the neutral zone, but it's the Blue Jackets the other way, and Corey Troppel sent one in. Played around that time for Nick Foligno. Now Chipchura will play it in behind the net. A big hit that time from Corey Trop.
Oh, he gets rocked.
And now Trop in the corner. Got sized up that time by Michael Stone, and the Coyotes will look to get it out.
Coyotes need a real big shift here. There's that chip by Dave Moss. Chip it in. And then get on that forecheck. And that shift after a goal, so important.
Bit of a chip and change there as the Blue Jackets will bring it back in. Into the corner, Wenberg. Plays it around the boards. And now Wisniewski couldn't keep, so it's moved along, and Korpikoski's going to try to get it out. He draws the penalty. Delayed call coming up here. Korpikoski with a shot over the top of the net. And the Blue Jackets, before they touch up even, will get the whistle. And the Coyotes will go to the power play.
Wow, Wisniewski kind of got caught flat-footed, ended up falling down. The speed of Korpikoski. He's going to win this foot race all day long. There's the trip, and probably a good penalty to take, as Gagne and Korpikoski would have been off to the races on a 2-on-1. So Coyotes with a chance here, back on the power play to regain that lead.
So the face-off is going to be to the left of goaltender Anton Forsberg, and it's an Arizona Lottery Powerball power play here tonight in Columbus. Coyotes trying to get the lead right back after Wisniewski got his 6th from Johnson, and Hartnell on the power play at the 42nd mark.
The job Vermette did the other night in Montreal, winning 23 faceoffs.
Ryan Johansson knocks it away. Now Johansson shorthanded, got it to the front, but Letestu couldn't set it up.
Good job there by Keith Yandel, not getting puck focused. Picked up his man in front of the net.
Shane Doan will move it along. It's Doan with Vermette and Toby Reeder up front as we get a whistle here on the offside. So the faceoff will come out, and of course no Mikkel Bakker. He's back recuperating in Arizona, and so we've seen a lot of that man, Toby Reeder.
And that's the key to a good penalty kill, is when you're defending, you want to force the puck to go where you want it to go. You want to take out that D-to-D pass, keep it on one side of the ice, and make sure you kind of funnel it down to where you guys can be aggressive.
Doan will play it across the line. And now Antoine Vermette sets it up out high. Ekman-Larsson with it. Rooster scores! Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And that ties a career high in goals at 15. And the Coyotes get a power play goal and regain the lead.
Well, hard to tell who ended up scoring this goal, if it was OEL or Shane Doan in front. But regardless, again, this puck doesn't go in without the captain, Shane Doan, doing his best job in front of the goaltender, Forsberg. Nice shot there by OEL. Nice and low, very tippable. Does Doan get a stick
or a
shin pad on it? Doesn't look like he does. Really hard to tell. That puck finds the back of the net. Doesn't matter. Great D-to-D pass there by Keith Yandel and Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
So special teams playing a huge role in the scoring here tonight. 2 of the 3 goals scored on the power play. We think it's Ekman-Larsson. It could be the captain. And we'll wait for the official announcement, as this one is sent in sharp angle and handled by goaltender Mike Smith.
Well, regardless, that's how you get it done. That's how you answer back. That's what your power play, more importantly, is for. And there's the guy, the creator of that great power play, Newell Brown. The job that he has done this year with this power play is incredible. You ask any one of the players, full credit, full marks, go out to Newell. The job that he has done, simplified it, drawn up a few secret little plays, if you will, but not an issue this year, that's for sure.
Well, they've given the goal to Oliver Ekman-Larsson, his 15th from Vermette and Yandel.
15th as a defenseman, unbelievable. Now takes the lead past Mikkel Bakker. Yeah, no tip.
Moss will move it along, but he lost it. Hartnell the other way. Now Hartnell try to work it to the front. Oh, and a good stick there by Dave Moss. Ryan Johansson was sized up that time by Connor Murphy. They're tangled up. And it's moved along by Kyle Chipchurin, sent wide. Ekman-Larsson is 15th from Yandle and Vermette, and it comes at 2:32. Crombeen back in. Alessio after it. Now Hartnell is there for Columbus. Good stick that time by Crombeen. And the Blue Jackets will send it back to the Coyotes' blue line and inside the zone.
Has Crombeen ever been good in this game? He's doing what a fourth line guy is supposed to do. He'll fight anybody, but you love to see him get rewarded, a little extra ice time, but he's getting in there and causing havoc on the forecheck. He's being physical. He's creating turnovers.
The other thing, too, is he's been able to put together a string of games. Another penalty coming up here against the Blue Jackets. And they're going to get Ryan Murray, the young defenseman, and so the Coyotes will go right back to the power play.
Well, they're going to go back with Oliver Ekman-Larsson once again. 15th goal on the season. Here's a look at it. Your Chaz Roberts, cool play of the game. You look at the job of Shane Doan in front. That puck just sinks. Doan's looking for the redirect. Doesn't get it. And that puck tickles the twine. 15 goals for Oliver Ekman-Larsson as a defenseman. That is something else.
Coyotes back to the power play as Yandle sends it across, and it's Ekman-Larsson. And he shoots again, and that's batted away by Forsberg.
No traffic in front this time. Reeder's got to get in front of Forsberg.
Bouncing in front, Reeder's going to chase it down. Going against Fedor Tutin, and now Doan with it. Coyotes with a great chance here to open up a bit of a lead here. A one-goal game. That's what I'm trying to say as it's played all the way back, and now out with it back through center ice.
Well, you think that Columbus would pick up on Oliver Ekman-Larsson sneaking down back door. That's the third shot on the power play in the last 2 minutes. And the most dangerous Coyote on the ice.
Minute 15 left in the Coyotes power play. Doan with it. Tried to hit the trailer, Korpikoski. Down low along the inboards, Doan sets it up, and now back to the line for Yandle. To Ekman-Larsson. Yandle got a shot away. It's bouncing in front, and they score! And a backhand is that.
Doan.
Shane Doan, the captain. And the Coyotes get another power play goal, and they take a 3-1 lead.
Well, Shane Doan didn't get credit for anything on the last power play goal, but he does here. And he does his job. Too big and strong. You get that puck to the front of the net, Shane Doan's going to win that battle all day long. That's exactly what Yandle does. Korpikoski doing a good job in front battling, and Doan just puts that puck low on the ice on the backhand, right underneath the sprawling Forsberg. Oliver Ekman-Larsson involved, and Keith Yandle doing his thing. Look at Oliver just going to the front of the net.
Coyotes power play now 2 for 2 with 4 shots on goal. And Shane Doan getting his 11th of the season. So a 3-1 lead as the Coyotes build a little wiggle room here, and Andrew Campbell will send one in behind the net. Off the inboards, it comes in front. It's in the crease, and Forsberg just leaps out and lunges on top of the puck to get a face-off.
Korpikoski gets another assist, too, on that power play goal. He has been a power play specialist. 5 of his last 6 goals have come on the power play for Korpikoski. Prior to that, 2 of his 62 goals in his career only on the power play. The rest at even strength. Keith Yandle with 2 assists here tonight. Team leading 36 points.
They're going to false face-off here, so Shinneman is out. And that means that Lucas Lesio will come in to take a draw. Big night for Keith Yandle with a couple of assists, as this one's going to be moved out and back through center. Marcus Foligno.
Yeah, we talked about the duo of Foligno and Johansson, but it doesn't get much better than the duo between Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Keith Yandle on that power play.
Dubinsky to the front, a chance. That hit something on the way and wide. Leopold at the line, and he sends one right to the net. That was blocked away by McCulloch.
That was a good frontage right there by McCulloch. Gets right out in front of that Columbus Blue Jack forward and takes that puck away.
Over the line, Lesio picks it off. Well, Lucas Lesio holding on to it. To the line. Ekman Larsson sent one towards the net. It's blocked away. Lesio gets it back. He shoots, and a stop by Forsberg. 3-1 Coyotes here in the second.
Todd Walsh on the bench with the captain. Shane, it was the great response goal, but both goals this period share one thing, that's traffic in front, right?
Yeah, pucks and people to the net. You love that.
I have heard about that. Why the response here, though, in the second period?
Obviously, the second half of the first, they really kind of came out. We felt like we had a good first half. And they challenged us with their work ethic. They just came and decided to outwork us in the second 10, and we had to try to respond, and it's been big.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Problem. It's a pleasure. I gotta go. This guy walked to the rink today, guys, at the end of this long road trip. He walked to the rink. He's ready to roll. Back to you.
He walked because it was a block and a half, Walshy, but uphill and snowing through a storm with no shoes on.
Yeah.
Both ways uphill. I love it.
Play it out of the zone and back through center ice quickly as Cam Atkinson trying to get it in over the line. Good to see a smiling captain. Coyotes with a 2-goal lead, and they're going to bring it out as Yandel races it to center. Got it in over the line, but that's taken away. And how about the change in the tenor of this road trip, Tyson? A win in Montreal, the win in Toronto, 2 of the last 3, and the Coyotes with a 2-goal lead here as this one is sent and batted away by Mike Smith.
Well, and I'll tell you what, toughest job in hockey when you got to go on that bench and interview a player that is not have a smile on his face. How about that?
I thought you were going to say the toughest job in hockey is walking the block and a half to the rink. Played into the corner.
Oh, the toughest job is sitting next to you on the plane.
And this one sent wide.
Listening to you snore.
Played back to the line, and Tootin now played across. Jack Johnson tried to work it to the middle. Here comes a Columbus push, and Shane Doan talked about how they didn't match Columbus's work ethic in the second half of the opening period as this one's played all the way down, and we get an icing call against the Coyotes. What a night for Keith Yandel. A couple of assists here and a block defensively.
Yeah, he's trying to do it all here. Takes away that pass. Atkinson right in front, but how about these numbers? He just passes, leapfrogs Randy Carlyle, 306 points. Well, for Keith Yandel.
He's kind of on his back right now, tied at 306. But
right. Well, yeah, good point.
And he will continue to climb up that ladder.
I can't imagine how many less games he's done it in as well. I mean, that's the thing. You look at Keith Yandel and what he's done in his body of work in the entire NHL.
Into the corner it goes. Wenberg trying to create something out of the right wing corner. Goes down low. Anisimov tried to move it in behind the net. Looking that time for Letestu. Penalty coming up here. It's going to go against the Coyotes. And we get the whistle here. And it looks like a hooking call that'll put Columbus back on the power play.
Now the 5th best power play is going to go to work. And the Coyotes' best penalty killer up front and face-off man, Antoine Vermette, is going to be responsible for it. Well, Vermette goes to the box. For hooking. But he's going to have to get it done here. They don't want to give anything back. And here's a look at the penalty. Little hook there on Anisimov.
Not much.
No.
Blue Jackets 1 for 1 with a shot on goal. So I won't repeat that nugget I had earlier about the penalty kill. As it's played back to center ice, Kyle Chipchura will bring it in.
That's all your fault.
Now he circles back. And Kyle Chipchura, nice job of penalty killing there as he dumps it all the way back in. Jackets 1 for 1 with that one shot on goal in the James Wisniewski power play tally in the opening minute of this second period. They've got a minute and a half remaining on their man advantage. This one deflected wide. Andrew Campbell now, and we get a whistle here. The net off in behind goaltender Mike Smith. Coyotes will get a chance here to change it up, I would imagine, and that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, short, hard shifts. That's the key. 3 games in 4 nights. Workload has been heavy. You don't want to get caught out there with tired legs.
Yeah, Dave Tippett electing to go there. You saw Oliver Ekman-Larsson, so he's out there defensively with Connor Murphy to kill the penalty with a couple of forwards in Chipchura and Korpikoski taken away. And now Connor Murphy will move it along. And I'm sure the Coyotes would love nothing more. They had a couple of looks, possibly shorthanded. Maybe one here as it's moved along by Korpikoski, but the main thing here is just to kill clock, kill the penalty with a 2-goal lead. And
who's got the power play right now is what I'd like to know. Coyotes doing a great job with that puck possession.
Over the line it goes, and an opportunity, and falling down on the play was Cam Atkinson, and the Coyotes get it up the ice and down.
Oh, Shane Doan wanted that puck. Reeder didn't see him. Makes the smart play, though.
And behind the net and around the boards it goes, where Johansson will play behind the net for Jack Johnson. Now Wisniewski has to go back, and some bluebirds coming out here.
Wow, the way Columbus has played tonight is, at least till this point, lots of hockey left, but a whole lot of nothing.
Johansson has it. Played back of the line for Wisniewski, and he sends it across. With it is Jack Johnson. Wisniewski across. Johansson shoots. Ooh, getting a piece of that. That might have gone off the post, but Smith kept it out. A chance again, sent wide. Boy, Wisniewski, one of the hardest point shots in the circuit.
That's the trigger man.
He's got it again. Vermette's out of the box. Johansson. Now Vermette trying to cut off that high pass to Wisniewski to the middle. Well, that time Hartnell couldn't control it, but kept by Johansson before it's nudged out of there and back to center.
Well, Columbus is going to want to keep the pressure on, not allow the Coyotes to change. Just one Coyote, Dave Moss, gets to the bench.
Martin Erat, and he'll flip one back to center ice. So many times we talk about, even though when you don't score on the power play, you can create momentum, and I think that's what the Blue Jackets have done here. Still a 3-1 game. Close call for Mike Smith, but the post, it's your best friend if you're a goalie. What a night for Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and what a road trip, too. This is back in Toronto earlier last week when he scored from his side of center red. We talked about the sharp angle Sunday in Montreal. If you didn't see it, he scored from that distance. Maybe a little more conventional here tonight, Tyson.
Yeah, you got to be good to be lucky, and there's a beauty right there. You look at Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 15 goals, leads all defensemen this season. The big buff right behind him.
Those 15 goals tie his career high that he set last year. Now there are the numbers.
Trevor Daley with 12. Wow, that's a little surprising. But look at the guys. Wideman, what a season he's having in Calgary. Carlson, he's always up there in the tops. Big Eric Johnson in Colorado, who's got a bomb from the point. No Shea Weber in that mix, though. He's usually up there in the tops.
I would imagine Shea Weber's going to get a lot of consideration for the Norris.
As he always does.
Yandel flips it back to center for Erat. On the right wing with it is Gagne. Gagne trying to work it towards the front for Erat, but it's taken away in Savard now for Columbus. To set in behind goaltender Anton Forsberg. Lesio, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and Shane Doan, the goal scorers tonight for the Coyotes. Wisniewski tonight for Columbus. Nice move by Gagne to get it back in over the Blue Jackets line. Erat in the corner, pops it out high. Connor Murphy across. Campbell down low for Gagne. Gagne that time was kind of headed off the cliff, if you will, that goal line, so he really didn't have a shot, and he had to pass on it. As Foligno tried to set it up, and it's cleared out of there, and back to center ice for Martin Erat. And over the line, Lesio. Lesio being hounded that time by Foligno. Big hit. Here's a chance. Shinneman, and that's stopped by Forsberg. And Shinneman with a good look, and earlier tonight with his first NHL point on the assist on the Lesio goal as we get a whistle on the offside.
Well, the Detroit Red Wings make their only visit to the Valley this Saturday at 6 p.m. and a limited number of tickets are still available. Visit ArizonaCoyotes.com or call 480-563-PUCK to get yours today.
6 o'clock and 2 games back.
Oh, what
at Gila River Arena.
What a battle that is. Against the Wings, always a great night.
Very strange to see the...
Just once,
just one time, and as the result of Detroit moving over into the Eastern Conference.
A lot of the teams in the West are happy about that, I can tell you that. Bye-bye, Detroit.
Same is true for Columbus, a longtime member of the Western Conference. Not anymore.
I know you miss going to Detroit, but...
Puck played out of the zone back through center ice. Lucas Lessio. Feder Tootin. And now Johnson, a bit of a stretch pass there for Letestu, but this puck is offside. So the faceoff will come out.
Shinnimin right in the mix. I like that. That's what I like. Fourth line. Start stirring it up a bit. Getting Bull's kitchen. He'll take a dumb one. He's a fiery guy. You hit him as a little guy, he'll fire one right back at you. They typically don't get the first one. They always get the retaliation, though. I can guarantee you that.
I believe that's Bull having words with B.J. Crombie.
Yeah, keep it fired up. Keep the foot on the gas. Here's a look at it. You'll see Bull get the puck. Whistle goes, and should have been just a little pop. Get him thinking a little bit. Get the opposition thinking about you more than the scoreboard.
Bull played the puck, so Shinnimin played it as well.
Might have been a whistle in between there somewhere, but why not?
And that's the kind of player he was in the Western League. He put up huge numbers, but you know we've been kind of maybe waiting to see a little more of that out of Brendan Shinnimin.
Be like an Esa Tikkanen, Kenny Linsman,
Tyson Nash.
Hardly. I never put up big numbers anywhere.
You had good numbers in Kamloops.
Yeah, maybe in Pee Wee. I used to put them on the fridge.
I'm sure you dented a few garages in your day.
Yeah, because I couldn't hit the net.
He's off outside the zone, 3-1.
I had the best dump in the league, though. Nobody dumped the puck in the corner better than me.
And now this one is knocked away, and Shane Doan's going to try to chase it down against Jordan Leopold. Good support in there as well in the form of Toby Reeder. Played all the way back to center ice. Boy, Reeder, what an addition he's been since joining the team November the 1st in Washington. Reeder with a shot. Well, speaking of, steered away by Forsberg. Well, NASCAR fans, the Grab Your Crew finalists have been announced. Log on to foxsports.com/grabyourcrew and vote for your favorite team. The winning crew heads to the Daytona 500 with the Fox Sports girls. And the great race right around the corner. It's February, so you know they're going to be racing at Daytona. I believe the big race is this weekend, too, in Phoenix at Phoenix International Raceway, I believe. Kyle Buschel will be joining us, we understand, on Thursday. NASCAR guys, always great. Last year, we got to hang out with Jimmy Johnson for a little bit.
That's right. What an event that is. Bring your earplugs. I'd love to fire around the track in one of those bad boys. A little Cole Trickle in me. You got to get a little Gordon Lightfoot in you, I think, yourself. You and that scooter.
I could see him cruising around in that Chevy Vega of yours.
You and that scooter. Holy.
Hey.
Love it.
That thing moves.
Oh.
I need your flow, though. The wind in my hair.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Me and you on the back. Snotsicle.
I like that. Face off to the right of Forsberg with a 3-1 Coyotes lead. Well, maybe I'll take the Piglet around the raceway this weekend. As it comes in front, a chance, banging at it. That time was McMillan. He can't get a pass. Now Murphy with a shot. That ricocheted out.
Oh, give Dave Moss one.
Yeah, Moss was right there for the rebound, too.
Please. He is all over it. What a shift here by McMillan. Chipchura and Dave Moss.
Taken away. Hartnell has it. Right to the net. He's stopped that time by Smith. Pops out high. Murray will play down low in the corner. Johansson. Well, Ryan Johansson back to the line. A little shot that time. Tootin got through. Smith the save. Jackets bringing a push here with under 6 to go in the second period. Tootin across. That shot goes wide.
Tootin's letting them fire here tonight.
Tootin again. Blocked away by Erat. Korpikoski will bring it back to center ice. And behind the net, Fedor Tootin plays it in behind the net. Comes back out high. Chance in front, Gagne.
Oh, a little too crispy. Gagne couldn't handle it.
And now a chance, and Lesio sent one wide. Gagne, a little too crisp from Keith Yandle that time, but Coyotes will look to regroup in the neutral zone before it's picked off by the former Michigan Wolverine, Jack Johnson.
Good pressure and a good follow-up shift by that Gagne line after Chip Chura really kind of snatched that momentum back from Columbus.
Coyotes go quick out back to center ice. B.J. Crombie that time getting in the way of Jordan Leopold, so the puck will be played back. And James Wisniewski will set it up. Back through center and in over the line, Foligno. Behind the net, Dubinsky going against Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Taken away by Shinneman. He lost it. Down to the line for Leopold. Played in behind the net, and after it is Ekman-Larsson who ran into the official. Comes back out high, Leopold. Oh, and a good stick there by B.J. Crombie. And I got to tell you, he's playing some of his best hockey of the entire season right now, Tyson. As Foligno will take it to the net. That was blocked away by McCulloch. Foligno again. That's in front. Spinorama shot. They can't get it past Smith.
Oh, look at the white jerseys.
Foligno again, and Smith makes the save, and he'll get a face-off.
Look at the jerseys in front of Mike Smith helping out.
Huge sequence for the Coyotes and their goaltender Mike Smith. 41 shutting her down. Good look at Sam Gagne. Coyotes leading at 3-1 and really starting to put up some numbers. 17 points in 26 road games. That leads us to our word of the game, and it is Gagne. So the 50th person to tweet the name Gagne to @FoxSportsAZ along with the hashtag Coyote Roadie will win. So good luck.
Gagne really starting to heat up here for Arizona.
Played around and back to the line it goes. And a shot taken that time, stopped by Smith. Backhand for Anisimov as he cuts in behind the net. Now Anisimov still with the puck. Anisimov blocked away by Yandle. The Blue Jackets send one right through the crease.
Gonna knock someone down in front.
Murray now. Taken away by Stone. And Reeder back to center ice as he'll send one right back in. No icing here. Murray against Shane Doan. Chipchura now behind the net. We'll try to feed it to the line for Andrew Campbell. And now Chipchura out of the corner. Holding on to it. In is Moss to the line for Campbell. Now the Coyotes send it right back in behind the net. Good offensive zone possession time here. As they work it around, Chipchura down low with Brandon McMillan in that right wing corner going to work.
Well, the Coyotes have won the foot races and they've won those board battles. Team that typically wins the most of those during a game wins the game.
Brandon McMillan spinning off a check to the line. Campbell goes in behind the net. Moss going to chase this one down.
Columbus is dead. They got nothing left in the tank. Coyotes just imposing their will on them right now.
Chipchura has it. Hard working shift here to the line. Ekman-Larsson and a wrister right to Forsberg, and he makes the save and bails out Columbus, who did not have anything left.
They needed that whistle in a bad way. They all give Forsberg a little pat on the pads. But the work ethic, the board battles, we talked about it. Coyotes are dominating in this game. Oliver Ekman-Larsson way back there on the blue line, just throwing that puck at the net. Once again, that's been the story here tonight. Everything on net. A long night for Forsberg. 27 shots he's faced already.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson will play it in behind the net. Well, the Coyotes really turning the tables in terms of shots for and against on this trip. Played in behind the net. Trying to get it in the corner that time. Erat pops it free. Korpikoski out high. Into the corner it goes. Gagne back out high, but unable to keep was Ekman-Larsson. Call across the center, and he'll dump one right back in, but it goes off netting, and so we'll get a whistle. So a minute 44 remaining in the second period. Coyotes getting a pair of power play goals here in this period. One from Ekman Larsson, the other from Shane Doan. Lucas Lescio also with a goal in this game.
And we talked about secondary scoring at the start of this game and the open of the show. Coyotes need and the improvement of their secondary scoring. Their bottom 6 forwards. They get the first goal of the game by Lescio, Crombeen, and Shinniman getting his first ever NHL point. It's amazing when you get secondary scoring and you get that first layer of scoring as well.
And they don't have to chase the game. And that you know, Dave Tippett talks about that all the time and how much of a difference that makes.
All comes together.
In behind the net now, Ryan Johansson, and a backhand is on, and making the save that time, Mike Smith, and now some pushing and shoving.
Well, that's a guy you'd like to take off the ice as Johansson. Stone gets into it with him, and Stone's had a rough couple last shifts. Got beat out of the corner by Anisimov, and this time it's Johansson in front. Just walks that puck out in front. Stone takes the long way around the net, and his goaltender Mike Smith is there to shut it down.
Now here's the end of the play as Michael Stone challenged. And by the way, Ryan Johansson, you said taking him off the ice. Well, guess what? That's exactly what just happened. Johansson off for cross-checking, and the Coyotes with a late power play here in the second.
Todd Richards can't be happy with this one. They know how dangerous this power play can be. The Coyotes are 2 for 2 in this game alone. They would love to bury another one to end this second period.
So Johansson goes for the cross-check. Coyotes 4 shots, and they're 2 for 2 on the power play. Ekman Larsson will settle it down as Martin Erat now will stretch it across for Keith Yandel. This one goes off the skate of Brandon Dubinsky, so Smith back to play. Under a minute to go in the period, and a minute and a half or so remaining in the penalty to Johansson. So the Coyotes set it up. It's Yandel. Across to Ekman Larsson. Walks in. He shoots, and a save by Forsberg. Korpikoski was looking for a redirect in front. This one's going to be cleared out and back to center.
And I like it right now. The Coyotes have changed things a little bit. They're not afraid to shoot that puck from the sideboards, as long as they have a guy in front of the net screening Forsberg.
Over the line it goes, and the Coyotes will set it up. Reeder got hit that time. Played to the line. Ekman Larsson back out high. Yandel got one through, and that just wide.
The middle of the ice is typically where you want the puck to come from. But I don't mind, again, that side shot from the bad angle.
Anisimov with a great look there. Smith made the save, gets rid of it. Just 5 seconds to go as Gagne will send it back to center, and a shot taken that time just goes off of Forsberg at a strange angle and nearly beat him. So that's the end of the second period. There will be 38 seconds of carryover time on the Coyotes power play. 3 things you need to know. Todd's going to chat with that man, Oliver Ekman Larsson, tying his career high in goals with number 15 tonight. Tyson's back in the box, and another installment of Nasher Knows. Right where they want it through 2 tonight, Tyson.
Yeah, that is for sure. A different team here in Columbus without their #1 goaltender, Bobrovsky. But Forsberg's in net, his second start of the season. They're peppering him. They're peppering him often. Everything is at the front of the net, and special teams, the story of this hockey game. No doubt, Coyotes a perfect 2 for 2, looking to make it 3 for 3 now.
And peppering him to the tune of 27 shots on goal through 2. Columbus with 19. And it's 3-1 Coyotes in the heart of Ohio here tonight at Nationwide Arena. Stick around, Todd, and the All-Star when we return. Coyotes hockey on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by Behind the Mask Hockey Shops. Donate your used hockey gear to any BTM location in exchange for BTM gift cards. Visit BehindTheMask.com for details. Welcome back in Columbus as people get things to eat and settle in for the third period of play here tonight. Coyotes with a 3-1 lead as we take a look at the Chaz Roberts highlights in this one. And the Coyotes off and running early, Tyson.
A real strong job defending again in front of their goaltender. Mike Smith. This is Dave Tippett type of hockey. Boxing out in front. You look at all the white jerseys collapsing down low, helping out. Puck pops up to the point. They jump out there. They front it. They're blocking shots. And when they can't block the shots, boom. Mike Smith is there with the big glove to shut it down.
Stats through 2 tonight. Shots attempted and power play.
Right.
Emphasis on both.
Right there, absolutely. That is the key to that one. Shots attempted. We talked about that being one of the keys to this hockey game. Shoot everything. It's got to be a shooting range out there for Forsberg. Inexperienced, a little shaky, not a lot of confidence. He got shelled in his first ever game in Columbus. Well, he doesn't get his next start till now. I think November 8th or something was his first start. Hasn't played since then. You know the nerves are high.
Mike Smith, so far, 18 saves. And don't forget, Columbus begins with 38 seconds on their power play as it's sent right back in. So kind of deja vu all over again as the Blue Jackets were able to start on the power play to begin the second period. Coyotes hoping for a different result as Oliver Ekman-Larsson will send one in. Now the puck will be moved along. Keith Yandle. Coyotes on the power play as it's moved back to the line, and Keith Yandle will set it up.
Still think you should start the period. If you're on the power play, you should start it back up into the offensive zone. Love to see that.
Play back, and Michael Stone now all the way back. That's not a bad idea. Almost like when you're starting a power play as this one goes offside. So the Coyotes, a power play is over as we take a look at our Geico legacy a moment. It involves the great one, Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe. Back in '66, scored his 20th goal of the season for the 20th straight year. 4-2 win for the Winged Wheel over the Boston Bruins. So off the face-off, the Coyotes will set it up. McMillan played all the way back in and trying to turn with it. Now a takeaway here from McCulloch to play into the corner for Chipchura. Ryan Johansson lost it. McMillan is there. He'll play to the corner. Kyle Chipchura back to the front for McMillan. And the Blue Jackets will get it through center. Cam Atkinson gets it in over the line. Played in behind the net, Atkinson, but he kind of fanned on it. As Dave Moss trying to take it away. It's chipped in behind the net, and after it are the Coyotes and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who took a big hit that time from Hartnell before it's cleared down. And an icing call here against Arizona.
Well, supper's on Smitty's Thursday when the Coyotes return to Gila River Arena and host the Carolina Hurricanes. That night, the first 10,000 fans will receive a free large pizza voucher courtesy of Papa John's Pizza. Get your tickets today at 480-563-PUCK or ArizonaCoyotes.com. Free pies from Mike Smith. Does it get any better than that?
Supper's on the goaltenders. We get a timeout called here.
Dave Tippett wants to see the same effort, outshooting the Jackets 27-19.
A little bit of a reset here for the Coyotes, who called the timeout.
Yeah, Coyotes 3 games in 4 nights. Any rest they can get is good rest, well-needed rest. 8-game road trip. Time to get home and back in their own wrappers. Get a little home cooking in the bellies.
It'll be about 4 hours back to the Valley here tonight after this one, and the Coyotes will get ready for Carolina, but more importantly, they've got 18-24 to go in a third period with a 2-goal lead.
You sick of me yet?
Not at all.
Your nose is going to look like mine by the end of the year. It just grew.
Wisniewski off the draw, deflected over the glass and out of play. I can never get enough of you.
Well,
I just hope I remember what my family looks like.
It's been a long time, that's for sure. Players that the grueling roller coaster of a season is the NHL. It's a grind.
Wisniewski works it to the front now. Foligno out high. And this one off netting on the deflection, and so the faceoff will stay inside the Coyote zone. Yeah, 8 games, technically an 8-game road trip, but really it was 3 games, home for the All-Star break for 5.5 days, and then back out for 5.
Yeah, they say it's the longest road trip in franchise history, but I disagree. I can't disagree more when you come home for 6 days in between. But it has been a grind, really. 14 days on the road.
Longest string of consecutive games on the road, if you will. And it didn't start out all that well, that final game prior to the All-Star game against the Chicago Blackhawks. And this is what we're talking about. It began in Minnesota way back about a half a month ago. Went on to Winnipeg. They got a point in Winnipeg. Just a demoralizing loss in Chicago, but then they rebounded in Philly with a point. And they've won 2 of the last 3 wins in Toronto and Montreal. We even had the lead early in that game at Ottawa.
14 days on the road. It's almost half a month.
Well, for February, it would be 28 days, right?
That's right. Easier, smart.
Play back to center. Pretty sad when you're relying on my math. And now Jack Johnson has it.
And where you got your education.
And a shot on and a stop there by Mike Smith. Side of the net. And boy, that was close.
Those are fighting words for a Sparty. Good job there for Mike Smith. Trying to find his game. Got pumped the other night in Ottawa. He's bounced back and been real solid here tonight. Nothing fancy. Nothing overly flashy from the goaltender. He's making the saves he's supposed to make. Allowing his defense in front of him to clean up the mess that he may leave at times. He needs to continue to do night in and night out. This is a game he can definitely build off of. Now he's got to bring it home though.
Mike Smith of the Coyotes trying to bring home points 43 and 44 on the season as Savard had that one pinball to the front. Columbus with 45 on the season as well with all of their injuries, so the Coyotes would be just 1 point behind Columbus in the overall standings. Long way to go as the puck is played back to center. Martin Erat tries to get it in. We get a whistle here on the offside. So this one will come outside the Columbus blue line.
Oh, great job there by the referee who was hopped up on the Columbus bench on the boards. They're still able to get that whistle in his mouth and make that call. Offside. Referees and linesmen, they never get enough respect. They're always getting abused. Verbally, you know, it's...
Not that you ever did it.
No, boy, would I give them an earful. But I also, the linesmen, they were my best friends. They protected me. Believe it or not, they were in there. They saved my life, I think, sometimes.
It is funny, your relationship when you're between the benches at home games at Gila River Arena. It seems like they're your best buddies now.
Well, I owe them a lot. A few dinners I'm sure I should be bucking up for. Been on the back end, and linesmen have come in there and saved my bacon on more than 20 occasions.
Wesley will get it back to center ice. Coyotes moving it back in over the line. Tripped up on the play was Crombie, and we roll on. And now BJ will take it in behind the net, threw it to the front, and taken away by Cam Atkinson. Blue Jackets back through center as Foligno will send this one and the deflection into the bench and out of play.
Well, tonight is your last chance to win a trip to watch the Coyotes play the Los Angeles Kings at the Staples Center in March. Answer a trivia question on the Coyotes Facebook page tonight before the final horn, and check back after the game to see if you've won. What a trip that is. One of the best buildings in the entire NHL, I think, next to Chicago, is the Staples Center.
Great venue.
Never know who you're going to run into. What stars? Not even run into Matt McConnell.
Kings were at the White House yesterday, playing tonight in Washington.
Yeah, no big deal, eh? Right. Second trip to the White House in 3 years.
The whistle here as the puck is out of play. In case you're joining us late, goal scorers tonight for the Coyotes: Lesio, Ekman-Larsson, and Doan. Notables tonight: Ekman-Larsson with his 15th. That ties his career high in goals for a season. Congratulations as well, Brendan Shinniman, his first National Hockey League point, assisting on the Lesio goal. Yandel with a couple of helpers to tie Randy Carlyle on the all-time franchise list. Corey Trop can't play it. It's cleared out of the zone. Back through center for Antoine Vermette. Now the other way for Artem Anisimov. Gets it in over the line to the front. What a stick that time by Brandon McMillan. And now back to the front again, and Trop tried to pull the trigger, but it was deflected wide. Corey Trop in behind the net. And now Davinsky trying to flip one to the front. And it's cleared out.
Empty the tank here. You know, Columbus is coming with a push. 2-goal lead, worst lead in hockey. Sounds crazy, but it's all about momentum. Get that next one.
Skilly.
Teams tend to pucker up.
Now Moss trying to get an outlet test. Too good keep as it's forced behind the net. Andrew Campbell after it. Deflected to center by McMillan. Touched along and moved deep that time by Chipchura. But it's played away, and back come the Jackets with Ryan Murray through center. Out high, Skilly shoots, and a stop by Mike Smith.
Another big save there by Smith. No rebound as well. Defensive play here by McMillan, though. Sticks in lanes. Trop thought he had a wide open cage. Out of nowhere, it comes McMillan. Second effort, diving play. 10:32 ice time, and his line has been the line of the game here for me tonight. They have been all over it. Involved. Or one of the lines, I should say. Sherman line's been pretty darn good as well.
Vermette will take the draw against Ryan Johansson.
I like when we got a few decisions to make. When there's a few different line combinations, you can't decide who's the best.
Played all the way back, and after it is Michael Stone goes behind the net, and Ryan Johansson with a wide turn. Back of the line, one right to the net, and Smith able to make the save on the deflection in front. I believe that was Cam Atkinson.
And Columbus coming with a push, doing a good job in the face-off circle here tonight. They just chip and chase. They're taking a page out of the Coyotes book. Chip it in to an area they can get it back. And then everything on net with traffic in front. It's Atkinson once again, 13. He's been a nightmare for Mike Smith.
Good player, underrated player, Cam Atkinson. Along the boards, Anisimov will get it down low. Dubinsky is there, sized up by Andrew Campbell. Goes in behind the net. Trop and Gagne in a board battle. Dubinsky in there as well as the puck is freed into the corner, and Connor Murphy will have to move it up the boards.
Whatever you do, do not take a penalty. Keep your sticks to yourself. 2 hands on your stick. Don't get your hand caught in the cookie jar here.
Good play by Erad as he wraps it around, but it will be an icing call. And so the faceoff will come back inside the zone.
This is where the legs are starting to burn. Lactic acid's building up. The long road trip is really starting to show its ugly face.
The other thing, too, is the back half of this trip, the Coyotes haven't had a lot of practice time. Afternoon games in Ottawa and Montreal, so they didn't practice on Saturday or Sunday. They had an optional here yesterday after arriving in Columbus, but only about 6 or 7 players went out on the ice. They had the morning skate today. Savard. And now Savard across it goes. Gets it back. Takes a shot, and a stop that time by Smith. Connor Murphy's going to try to jam it off the boards, and it's a play to the line. They say offside, so the delayed call is canceled out as it's played right back in. Cam Atkinson. Michael Larson takes this one away. And now McCulloch back to center ice for B.J. Crombeen. Dumps it to the line. Turnover here. Atkinson still on the ice. And he'll chip it deep. Atkinson finally getting to the Columbus Blue Jackets bench. At center ice, Wenberg had to let it go, so Lesio over the line. Around the boards where Stone will chip it in behind the net. Going after it there is Wisniewski.
That's where you got to be careful. Cinnamon almost gets called for one.
Good keep of the line. Toby Reeder inside that right point will send one right back.
Also where you really have to start working as a 5-man unit. Everybody in sync, defending in layers.
Stone off the end boards, tried to throw it to the front. Polino will pick it off, and it's cleared back to center. Moving it back and over the line. Here's Reeder trying to go hard. Wrist shot. Oh, and that rode up high and didn't miss by much. Doan all over Jack Skilly. Coyotes come away with it. And Andrew Campbell across center. Took a big hit there, but he gets it deep. Doan sending one around. Nearly 8 minutes gone in this third period. 3-1 Coyotes trying to wrap up the trip on a winning note. Jack Johnson, but this one's turned. And the captain, Shane Doan, gets it right back to the Columbus line before the Blue Jackets will move it the other way, and it's Brandon Dubinsky. Dubinsky kind of fell down that time on Ekman Larsson. Ball to the front. It's loose in the crease, and doing the snow angel is Mike Smith. Well, let's hope Mike Smith's okay. Landing on top of the Coyotes goaltender. Was a Blue Jackets player in a 3-1 game.
All right, started by the Enterprise hat-trick challenge.
Taco Bell game summary, and way back in the first period of play, the hard work of Lucas Lessio pays off with his second of the season. Columbus would then get the game tied early in the second. A power play goal from James Wisniewski is sixth. Coyotes would then come back with back-to-back power play goals. Oliver Ekman Larsson is 15th to tie a career high, followed up by the captain, Shane Doan. As Shane Doan gets his 11th of the season on the backhand at 5:19 of the second period. And tonight's Nissan high excitement player is Keith Yandle. How about his numbers over the last 9 games? 10 assists, 2 assists here tonight, tying Randy Carlyle among franchise leaders. Well, the Coyotes need a little more of a push right now, Tyson. They've gone the entire third period without a shot on goal. Last time they had a shot was with 2:15 left in the second period.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's 27-26. The shots still in favor of Arizona. Columbus is coming. They smell blood right now.
Chipchura into the right wing corner, leaves it there for Brandon McMillan. Flat-footed that time, getting rid of it was Wenberg. Tootin that time colliding with McMillan. And so Jack Johnson will bring it out. Right wing side for Wenberg. Knocked out of midair that time by Ekman Larsson. I would imagine we'll see a lot of him as this third period rolls on. Korpikoski had a pair in Montreal, and he's able to get one deep. And Wisniewski will pick it up for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Taken away by Erat. Looks to move it along. Got it in over the line for Sam Gagner. Well, Gagner behind the net with a wide turn. To the line. Campbell with a shot. It's loose in front, but unable to get his stick on it. Korpikoski. And it's cleared back to center. Over the line. Atkinson has it. He shoots. I don't think that ever made it to the net.
Yeah, good defensive play there by Campbell.
At the line, and a shot over the top taken that time by Ryan Johansson. Well, Martin Erat trying to get it out. Into the line, Johansson with a good keep. He threw it in front. It's in behind Smith, and somehow it stays out.
How did that stay out? Mike Smith had no idea where that puck went. Looks to be in a little discomfort as well.
Mark that save. Coyotes will bring it back. Now Savard flips it along. Back to center ice and over the line, Corey Trott, but this one is offside. And it'll come out. Mike Smith trying to regroup with a close call in a 3-1 game.
Jackets fans, T-Mobile giving you a ton of opportunity.
Well, big save here by Mike Smith. Simple shot. Comes to the net. I think Campbell was the one who tipped that originally, but then look at that effort by Campbell to save the day and help his goaltender out. Just barrels into Mike Smith. Gets his right hand on it. They have a little chat, a little tap on the pads for Campbell. Back and forth. Ooh, that was close. Thanks for helping me out there, partner. Love it.
Here's a chance in front. Lessio, he fired one wide.
Oh, gotta hit the net. Still without a shot here halfway through this third period.
Tell you what, some chemistry starting to develop between Lessio and Shinnimin. as Shinneman set him up there as the puck is played back to center ice.
Yeah, they're skating. They look good. They're getting opportunities because of it, as you always say, or as Dave Tippett always says I should say.
I just repeat it.
I'm going to stop talking. I can't spit it out.
Shot on, and Smith able to make the save. You should take a look at the shots. You're talking about the Coyotes not having a lot of luck when it comes to shots here in the third period. In fact, no luck, being outshot 9-0. But I think your point was that ice time is earned. And
yeah, Coyotes have been dominated in this third period. Not the case in the first two, but that's all directly related to the legs. No juice. They're out. They rely on their system now for a little protection.
Played all the way back, and now Tootin will take it in behind the net. 11 minutes have elapsed in this third period of play here tonight in Columbus. 3-1 Coyotes. Lindbergh trying to get around that time Ekman-Larsson, but there to support was McCulloch.
Ooh, dangerous play there through the middle.
Well, that was Antoine Vermette, but Reeder able to pick it up and dump deep.
Everything's got to go in. Everything deep and everything out on their blue line.
Shane Doan gets some help there from Kyle Chipchura. Doan out there with Chipchura and McMillan right now.
Now you're really going to see who Dave Tippett liked in this hockey game. Who's going to get rewarded for ice time in this last 8 minutes.
Campbell goes down low, trying to get a shot on. That goes off netting. And we'll get a whistle. Well, if you know somebody between the ages of 10 and 14 who loves hockey and wants to do what we do for a game, well, then have them come out Thursday night to Gila River Arena for the Fox Sports Arizona Sanderson Ford Kidcaster auditions. Tryouts from 6 to 7 at Coyotes Ticket Central. That's across from section 111. Good luck, kids. Back of the line, Campbell. Plays it in behind the net. Brandon McMillan falling down on the play against Wisniewski. Taken away there, and Moss going to try to bring it along. Taken there by Chipchura. Chipchura working into the front. He shoots, and a stop that time by Forsberg. And
quick whistle there.
Yeah.
I like that play, though, by Chipchura. He looks off his buddy. I think that was Dave Moss, back door. Good work. Chipchura gets that puck 2-on-1. Good play defensively by Wisniewski to take away that pass. Allow the shot, and Forsberg to make sure that he saves that one. He does. Don't get over fancy. Make Forsberg work for it.
First shot on goal for the Coyotes here in this third period of play. Kyle Chipchura. They went 14-17 between shots on goal.
Now that's too long. Too long. The game plan was chip and chase and shooting range. Make Forsberg earn everything here tonight. But that's all to do with the amount of gas left in those tanks.
Yandel. Michael Stone back to center. Deflected deep by Erat. Blue Jackets will look to get it out. Mark Letestu is there, challenged by Erat. Puck played back and over the line. Jared Bull. And now Letestu in a board battle. Korpikoski is there as well. 7:22 remaining period 3. Erat trying to poke it along. Good support from Gagne. Now Letestu will play to the corner where Michael Stone will take it away. And Sam Gagne will get it back to center. A lot of work there, but it was effective as the Coyotes get it deep. Jack Johnson will crank it up. Here he comes back to center. Got it in over the line. Puck ends up in behind the net. Trop and Dubinsky. And it's taken away by Ekman-Larsson. McCulloch to center. Looking to move it along for Lesio. And wisely gets it in behind the Columbus net.
Yeah, Lesio gets popped pretty good there by Foligno. Takes a ride on the Columbus bench.
Shots are even at 28. Coyotes with a 2-goal lead at 3-1. 6.5 remaining in the third. Foligno now. Working into the corner. Comes off a check. Foligno to the front. Here's a chance. Tootin, but he couldn't get a shot away. Got a road up on the blade of his stick. Johnson down low. Behind the net, Dubinsky. Thrown to the front. Oh, great stick that time and cleared out of there by Lucas Lessia. Best defensive play of the night by number 38. Now Mike Smith out to play it. Vermette trying to get it out. Can't clear it. And they'll take it away, and Vermette will get this one up the ice. Is going to get an icing call here against the Coyotes.
Well, you got to make smart hockey plays here to finish this game up. Columbus is going to come with their best here. 5:49 to go. Got to win face-offs. That's the best defense is puck possession. Make smart plays. No turnovers. When in doubt, bang it off the glass. When in doubt, get it out.
Mark this face-off to the left of Smith. And now we get a whistle here, and evidently a penalty coming up. So the Coyotes on goals by Lesio, Ekman Larsson, and Doe.
2 minutes interference.
Lead the Columbus Blue Jackets 3-1, but they'll be shorthanded when we return.
Here's a look at the penalty here. You're going to see Reeder far left of your screen. He's going to get locked up here with Wisniewski, just trying to run a little interference, but come on. Talk about embellishment there by Wisniewski. Just falls down pretty easily to the box. And again, the power play, fifth best power play, a chance to go to work.
And Wisniewski has it, but the false face-off, so they'll redo it. Well, Wisniewski realizes his team needs a lift. He's trying to get away with one, which he did. Offensive zone face-off here, and let's see, they're going to put another second back on the clock to make it an even 2 in terms of penalty time.
How big is this face-off right now?
That's huge, and Kyle Chipchura is the man of the hour, so to speak.
Yeah, no Martin Hanzal. Chipchura has had a lot more opportunity here and made a pretty good case for himself here tonight. Chipchura won 9 of 11.
Wisniewski. And now Johansson. And it's cleared away. So Reeder in the box for another minute 50. And the Blue Jackets on the power play. Atkinson. He'll send one around. Zbynek McCulloch lets it go. In a board battle is Kyle Chipchura. Dave Moss trying to help out as well. And knocked away and out of the zone.
Great job with Chipchura and Moss. So aggressive.
Wisniewski has it. Leaves it for Ryan Johansson into the corner. Atkinson. He's challenged that time by Andrew Campbell. Coyotes look to wrap it around. They can't get it out. Following it up, though, is a McCulloch in the corner. So is Andrew Campbell. And this one is fired down the length of the ice by Shane Doan.
Real good chemistry there with McCulloch and Campbell. Campbell just physical on the side boards. He sees a bobble. He's jumping all over it with a little whack or a hack.
And behind the net and around the boards it goes. After it is Korpikoski, and he clears down the length of the ice. 47 to go in the Columbus power play. 4.5 to go in the third period. Coyotes digging deep here with a 2-goal lead tonight, wrapping up the longest string of games on the road in franchise history as it's moved back to the line, and a good keep there. Over to Kevin Connaughton. His shot wide. Foligno. Good board battle there. Coyotes trying to get it out. They can't. Doan that time was all over Foligno into the corner. Murphy with a rough ride. And Doan looks to clear it, and he does down the length of the ice.
Good play all the way around. Shane Doan really helping out.
8 seconds to go in the power play for Columbus. They bring it back and over the line. Dubinsky. And this one's taken away. Coyotes in the corner with Antoine Vermette. And now Zbynek McCulloch behind. And he'll play it along for Andrew Campbell. And the Coyotes bring it along. They're back to full strength. Upended was Brandon McMillan. Here's a turnover. Letestu the other way. Letestu cut off. And the Blue Jackets threw it through the crease. Trop couldn't set it up. Back of the line it goes. And now Jack Johnson will work it down low. Board battle here as Alexander Wenberg trying to set something up before it's taken away by Antoine Vermette. 3:13 remaining in regulation. Coyotes trying to chip it away. They can't. And a great stick that time by Toby Reeder as it's played all the way back.
Yeah, nice job there by Reeder, not getting puck focused, getting his stick in that passing lane.
Through center goes Hartnell. Got it in over the line. Here's a chance. Johnson to the front. Penalty. Or actually, they're just pulling the goaltender as we get a whistle here. And a face-off coming inside of the Coyotes zone.
Oh, D-man on D-man. Connor Murphy, a great effort there, and a nice effort here as well by Stone coming off the bench, getting back into the play. Really nothing develops off the turnover there by McMillan. So you got to be careful. Make sure those pucks get in deep. Make the Jackets come the whole length of the ice. Empty net.
Yeah.
2:53 to go. Todd Richards pulls Forsberg early in this one. He needs two. Why not?
Face off to the right of goaltender Mike Smith. Extra attacker out late here for the Blue Jackets. They're down by 2. 2:53 to go, and that one right to Mike Smith. And he makes the save. We'll get another face off.
Antoine Vermette wins that one so clean and crisp. Almost finds the 5-hole on Mike Smith. So you got to be ready at all times. That came in hot.
Second time that's happened here tonight. Ryan Johansson again against Antoine Vermette, who is unreal in the face-off circle in Montreal on Sunday. McCulloch trying to free it. Played back to the line. Wisniewski tees one up. A shot. It's underneath, or did it go
popped over the entire netting?
Yeah, it went all the way over.
Oh, perfect shot there by Wisniewski. He's just looking for the tip in front. And that was an Eastimov in front with the redirect. Just went off the shaft of his stick and up and over the glass and the netting.
Great eyes.
That was coming in hot, too. Wisniewski with a wobbler. Face-offs are everything right now. Can't say that enough.
And for that reason, one of many, Antoine Vermette stays out.
Yeah, had 23 face-off wins the other night in Montreal. Tied a season high for the entire NHL in a game. He takes a lot of face-offs, but that's a lot of W's.
7 of 12 in the defensive zone here tonight. 2:38 to go just to reset. Coyotes with a 3-1 lead. Empty Columbus net. Extra attacker out. Wisniewski couldn't hold the right point. Hartnell will send one right back in. Ekman Larsson is out there right now with Antoine Vermette, Shane Doan, Toby Reeder, and Zbynek McCulloch. A veteran-laden unit of 5 right now for Dave Tippett. Comes to center. Hartnell tries to take it away. Intercepted. Reeder scores into the empty net, and that's going to do it. Toby Reeder able to score into the open net, and it's 4-1 Arizona.
Nice job by this line defensively. Puck possession. Antoine Vermette had it on a stick. He doesn't give it away. He goes back with it. Loses it there. Gets it back. Here Hartnell with the turnover. And Reeder with the nail in the coffin. That's a big goal for Reeder. His 8th of the season. That puts Columbus and their hopes and dreams are coming back in this one to bed.
So the Coyotes with a 4-1 lead, and back between the pipes is Anton Forsberg. Goes across. Kevin Connauton will send one towards the net, blocked out high. B.J. Crombeen out, and he'll play it all the way back to center. So Crombeen, Lesio, and Shinniman back out for Dave Tippett. They've had another solid outing here tonight. Skilly over the line. Letestu, he shoots and a save and a rebound, and that was blocked away as well. Minute and a half to go in this one as it's played back towards the front. The Coyotes will try to get this one out of the zone before it's kept at the line by Connauton. Back of the line, a shot blocked away up high that time. B.J. Crombeen. He'll skate it out. Coyotes are going to improve to 10, 14, and 3 on the road as we get a whistle here on the icing. By the way, Reeder on his 8th empty net goal with a single assist to Antoine Vermette. So now Vermette with a 2-point game here tonight.
Yep.
Coyotes now with, or soon to be, with one more victory on the road than at home.
And they go to 500 here on this road trip. Team that's continued to play better and better. And make sure they build off of that. This next game, you can't afford to forget how you had success. Don't come out and have a stinker. That's kind of been the story this year. They play so well. They beat the best teams in the National Hockey League. And then they come out and forget why they had success sometimes.
Under a minute to go before the Coyotes and Blue Jackets wrap this one up. And we get a whistle here, side of the net, and we'll get a face-off. Coyotes will head back to the Valley right after this game and play Carolina Thursday at Gila River Arena. And then Saturday, the Detroit Red Wings come to town. 480-563-PUCK for tickets for both of those games. We understand a limited, very limited number of tickets do remain for the 6 p.m. face-off Saturday night against Detroit. Then it'll be right back on the road early next week, albeit 2 instead of 8. So hopefully you won't be as sick of me as you will over these last 8 games, or as you have been, I should say. Play back to center.
Well, you can take me for dinner. Friendship fees are due. It's a new month.
I was going to say, I mean, 10 dinners so far this year. Play it along, McMillan. I'd have to write you off on my taxes as a dependent. Play to the front.
That was pretty good.
And out back to center ice, Wenberg.
First for everything.
15 to go. And a chance and a stop there by Smith on a little pull-up. A move by Anisimov.
Mike Smith has had a sneaky good game here.
Yeah, he has.
Hasn't faced a lot of rubber in the first 2, but boy, has he been peppered here in the second. And he's come up big.
That's one of the ones that you want him to make. You know, when you're working on your goals against average and things like that, 30 saves tonight.
Yeah.
Don't want him to get a late one.
You don't want any lipstick on the pig for Columbus to get a cheesy one here at the end. Coyotes, I thought, really dominated this game.
Savard will try to get one towards the net, goes into the corner. Played by Shinneman. Leslie will try to bang it out. 3 to go in the game. And it's cleared out, and that is it. The Coyotes sweep the season series against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Congratulations to Mike Smith on the night, 30 saves. Coyotes getting secondary scoring, Lucas Lesio. Congratulations to Oliver Ekman-Larsson tying a career high in goals with 15. And big nights too, Antoine Vermette, Keith Yandle, a couple of points on 2 assists apiece. And just an overall great way to wrap up the road trip here tonight in Columbus, Tyson.
Solid goaltending, good defense, and secondary scoring, and special teams. They did it all here tonight. They covered all the categories. I love the Coyotes' effort here tonight. 3rd game in 4 nights, and they gutted it out.
Final tonight, Arizona 4, Columbus 1. Stick around as Keith Yandle gives high fives. We'll be back to talk about it.